Hey, good morning and greetings from Las Vegas. Bradley Charbonneau here from Wide for the Win, and I've got some last minute, in fact, very last minute, tips for attending an in-person conference. Three of them. Three tips for attending an in-person conference coming to you last minute, Monday morning early here in fabulous Las Vegas. And here we go. Number one, if you're watching the video version of this, you'll see there are majestic desert mountains in the distance. There are palm trees, there's blue sky, and there's puffy white clouds in the distance. There's even the occasional airplane flying through. So you can look at the bright side and see that, or I could whine about the fact that I'm looking at also a giant, what I think might be an air conditioning unit, a parking lot, and a beige wall. So I I'm a huge believer in perspective. This is all about perspective. You arrive in a new place, you're in a new room, you have a view of a parking lot and the mountains. Now you take your pick what you're going to focus on. That's tip number one. When I worked in the naming industry, I was a creative in the naming industry, and we created names for products and companies in Silicon Valley. And we started off presentations usually with a statement something like this. Hey, dear client, we're going to be going through 12 names today, and it is extremely easy to bash these names, to just tell us how terrible they are and how they won't work for your company. But much more difficult is constructive criticism, and even more difficult are compliments as to why something is awesome or great or whatever. So we pretty much banned the negative from our corporate presentations. And I gotta say, it's hard. It's hard because it's easy. It's easy to bash and to look at the negative. And of course you think like Pollyanna and everything is positive and rainbows and unicorns and stuff. But you know what? Pollyanna's having a good time. So there you go. That's tip number one. Tip number one is keep it positive. Look at the positive. There is desert landscape. There's much more blue sky than I'm used to where I currently live. And I get the occasional airplane view. Here we go. Number two. This is a big conference. I'm in Las Vegas. There are there's even multiple rooms, and there are presentation rooms, and there are multiple at the same time, what's that word? At the same time, speeches and presentations, so I can't even attend everything if I tried, right? So I think a lot of them are being recorded, but I'm only going to be able to attend a certain number of things, and also you don't want to overdo it and attend 9 to 5 absolutely everything. It just blow your mind. So here's my one little tip for if you have a lot of information, you're drinking from the fire hose and you have a lot of information coming, I would recommend getting a pen and paper, ideally a pad of paper that you can flip over, and take airplane. I know, sorry, it's exciting here in the morning. Squirrel. Take a pad of paper. So that's a very good example, right? You're going to have 45-minute presentations. And so how can you keep that focus? And sure, there's an airplane, that's a squirrel. You are sidetracked. Awesome, no worries. Just let it go. The airplane was great. Now we're back to the focus of the presentation, which is what? So I like to really narrow things down. I have to say, ChatGPT is very good at this. You say, hey, give me a 100-word summary of this presentation. Now give me a 25-word summary of this presentation. Now give me a 10-word summary. Now give me a 3-word summary. Now give me a 1-word summary. So I recommend doing some version of that. Something where you write maybe one sentence, one takeaway from that presentation. Because remember, you are going to be, guaranteed, you're going to be overwhelmed with information. Even if you only go to 10 sessions in the next 4 or 5 days, it's a fire hose of information. So if you can write down, and really, I'm not even a pen and paper guy, I'm a super digital guy, but for this kind of thing, highly recommend pen and paper. There's something about actual writing, the physical act of writing with the pen on paper, with your hands, and you see it with your eyes, and it's on the paper, and you see the words going down. So I'd recommend sort of maybe a 3-step approach, maybe something like a paragraph if you're up for it, but a sentence is usually best. And then if you can, 1 word. I'm a big fan of sort of the 1-word thing. I'm a big fan of simple, keep it simple, stupid, and get it down to one word, or get it, or maybe three, or whatever. If you really want to, you want some extra homework, you want some bonus points, get an action point in there. Is there one takeaway action that you should do? Okay, when I get back home, I should really do X, Y, Z. And ideally, it's an action that you can do quickly and easily, right? So that's it. That's step number 2 is take notes. That's great. But if you think about it, if you have 4 pages of notes times 25 presentations, right? That's 100 pages of notes. Are you really going to look through them? Whereas what if you had this headline, this one sentence or one word that really stood out for you for that 45 minutes? Because I can guarantee you, unless your memory is like an elephant and you can remember everything, then those headlines are going to be what stick with you. And then when you're going back over your notes in the coming weeks, then you have that sort of to fall back on. There we go. That's step number 2. Take notes, but take like note, like singular almost, right? Okay, number 3. This one is a little maybe odd, but I find it very helpful. And in fact, I feel I walk the talk, right? I do these things that I suggest. And this one is, I'm just going to give it, you want the one word? Elevator. So back to the old school word of elevator pitch. And this is the idea where you're going to meet a lot of people, you know, whether you like it or not, whether you're an introvert, extrovert, somewhere in between, you're going to be meeting a lot of people. And everybody's busy. Everybody's on their way to the next thing. They got to get their coffee, got to go to the bathroom, got to get something to eat. Got to find something to eat that costs less than $27.99. Sorry, sticker shock here in Las Vegas. So everybody's in a hurry. Everybody, you know, is on their way to do something, but they want to meet you. People are here to meet people. Even the introverts are here to meet people, make new acquaintances, potentially new friends. You never know, right? So here we go. It's very similar to the previous topic of condensing your notes. And so here it's hone your elevator pitch. So, and I know that sounds so marketing and cheesy and like 1950s advertising, the marketing pitch. I'm sorry about that, but kind of like sorry, not sorry, because you're meeting new people, and in a way, and this sounds kind of terrible, but in a way, oh, this sounds bad, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's kind of a sales pitch. And even if you think about it, even when you make friends, if you say, "Hi, I am a bland beige wall of a parking structure," right? I mean, okay. I mean, if I'm going to go Pollyanna on that, I'm like, good. There's room for, you know, we can add some color to that beige, and we can add some diamond twinkles, and, you know, sparkle that up, right? So that's fine. But what if you could think of what is, you know, because often here at a conference like this, hey, what are you working on? So if you can come up with a concise little, and I don't mean pitch like you're going to sell them the book. Absolutely not. This is not about sales. It's more about what are you up to? So here's I'm often talking about the meta of a topic, right? So I say, here's this action item, and what is that doing sort of you on a meta level? So what's happening here is, yes, you're getting your one sentence little elevator pitch for the people you meet. Like right now, this morning, I came up with it. I'm Bradley Charbonneau. I am combining math and magic. I am providing a practical methodology to get more magic into your life. The magic, the mystical, the wonderful, the joy, the happiness into your life. Boom. That was 10 seconds? It's a little intriguing. It's a little fun. You're like, what in the world is this guy talking about? Math and magic, what's that all about? I don't know. Curious, right? And maybe it doesn't land with somebody. And again, this isn't a sales pitch. It's just, what are you up to? What are you working on? People want to know. They want to know. We're not here to hide out in our rooms and take videos of beige walls. We are here to meet people. We truly are. Even the introverts, I know it because I'm a tiny bit of an introvert myself, and I am happy to hang out in my room all day and do nothing. I don't know, record videos of beige walls. So that's number 3. Get your little elevator pitch nailed down. Even if it's like, what if I had 3 words? Math and magic. Hey, what are you up to? Math and magic. Wow, that's cool, Bradley. Hey, I've got to go grab a coffee. Math and magic. Wow, cool. Bradley, want to talk about that later? Cool, right? Narrow it down, hone your pitch, and there you have it. All right, I've got under 10 minutes. I've got 15 seconds. I'm going to wrap this up. Coming to you live from beautiful, remember, Las Vegas. Bradley Charbonneau here for Wide for the Win. Have a great day. And if you're here, I'll see you around. Bye for now.